Hello there, I'm Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astronumerologist. Welcome to your new moon and second half of July forecast. Now there's a lot to share with you in this video. We have a significant new moon, which I think is actually the official start of the second half of 2015, plus a really intense final week in July. Now, July is a 15 universal month in numerology, which ties into our 2015 year. 15 is the number of magic and joy and alchemy and abundance, and 15 adds up to the root number 6. 1 plus 5 equals 6. And 6 is the number of love, creativity, responsibility, wealth, home, family, and health. And since we're still in Cancer until July 23rd, which is the sign ruled by the moon, Cancer is ruled by the moon, plus 3 lunations this month, 2 full moons and 1 new moon, making it a blue moon month, this is an especially good time for deep, heartfelt connections and discoveries. So the numbers 15 and 6, plus the 3 moon events, make July a really important number for abundance and love and kindness and empathy. And the new moon happens on the 15th actually in the Americas, and the 16th the rest of the world, but that number 15 is integrated for North and South America as well. So what's really exciting is that this new moon is such a big pivot point numerologically because it creates a powerful half-year check-in. First, the sun and moon are going to be conjunct together at 23 degrees in Cancer. Now, next to the sun and moon are Mercury and Mars, and they're also together at 14 degrees in Cancer. And all 4, sun, moon, Mars, and Mercury, all in Cancer, are going to oppose Pluto at the other side at 14 degrees Capricorn. So we have the number 23 degrees activated for the full moon, and 23 adds up to 5. 2 plus 3 equals 5. And then we have the number 14 activated 3 times for the planet Mercury, Mars, and Pluto. And 14 also adds up to 5. 1 plus 4 equals 5. And to make it even more exciting and unpredictable is that the sun and moon are at 23 degrees and 14 minutes in Cancer, which is amazing. That's when the actual new moon happens, right? So the sun and planets are all either conjuncting each other, meaning they're right next to each other, or they're in opposition of each other. So in this case, Pluto, right? So in astrology, the conjunction and opposition, they're really powerful aspects of either merging energies or balancing and polarizing energies. So they're symbolic of one or the other. And since this is the first new moon in the second half of 2015, it's a really symbolic moment because all the degree numbers reduce to the number 5, and this is a new moon. It's about new beginnings, right? It's about starting fresh, and the number 5 is a pivot point. It sits on a rocker, it faces left and right. It's the midpoint number between 1 and 9. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's right in the middle, right? So when the 5 shows up, we're faced with new directions and shifts and changes and looking down the mountain, deciding which path we're going to take. So you're really going to be feeling the changes during this new moon, also in the way people communicate. So there could be some really passionate exchanges with Pluto and Mars and Mercury involved. And look, if you look at that Cancer-Capricorn axis too in astrology, it's highly, highly significant because these are both cardinal signs. And Aries and Libra are the other 2. So when cardinal signs are involved, it marks a new beginning. It's always the beginning of a new season when these 4 show up. So this new moon in Cancer is a new beginning, but it's also highly sensitive because Cancer is about the moon, our emotions, our imagination, our spiritual home, everything that makes you feel safe and secure. So your family and those people who are there for you, no matter what, they allow you to be who you are. They naturally support you unconditionally. And so those people and those places make you feel protected, and that's what Cancer is about. So, you know, this is about your personal needs, right? This is about your deep, instinctual, sensitive side. So you want to trust others more now. You want to show empathy towards others, show understanding, tune into other people's feelings, try to walk in their shoes a bit, receive and share love. So this kindness and caring is really emphasized right now. And it reminds me of one of my favorite quotes by the Dalai Lama. He said that my religion is very simple. My religion is kindness. I absolutely love that quote. It's so wonderful for Cancer. Now the sun and moon are at 23 degrees, which is called the royal star of the lion in numerology. And a week from this new moon, on July 23rd, we're entering Leo, the lion's territory. And so this number 23 represents the lion's confidence. And so the ancients considered 23 the strongest number because no other number can challenge the lion's strength and win. So for us, the message is one of really having strong inner resources. So it's a great time of hope and promise, and you feel like you can accomplish anything. The other number is 14. It shows up for Pluto, for Mars, Mercury, that conjunction. And 14 is really a strong number of communication. So with Mars there may be tempers flaring up. There's a lot of fire and passion. Mercury's about the message and communication itself. So they're all at 14 degrees. And so there's going to be some kind of deep, profound message that you want to share and communicate with others, right? So just make sure it's not like coming out angrily, okay? So you want to communicate in a very loving and compassionate way. Also, Mars in Cancer makes the protection factor stronger. So that means you may feel more protective of your loved ones in a more fierce way than usual, because that emotional trigger may touch on something too in you that is from the past. So you may feel instinctually like you're going to just react if something comes up. So just be aware of that. You're just extra sensitive right now. Now, on the other hand, Mars conjunct Mercury is also about ideas giving you a rush of energy. So you can take a brilliant idea and put it into action. And it's a fantastic time to start a new project and share your idea in a very, very magnetic way, okay? Now, a really fabulous aspect is formed between the new moon trine Saturn. Saturn is currently still retrograding. It's back in Scorpio. It's at 28 degrees, which is a critical degree in astrology. So it just gives Saturn more weight right now. So 28 adds up to 10. 10 is 1, so it's about new beginnings again. New moon, new beginnings. Saturn trine new moon gives you a great ability to concentrate and manifest those new ideas and projects of yours, and you'll have a lot of persistence. You'll really persist until the idea is implemented. So this is lovely, lovely energy. And that conjunction between Mercury and Mars, it also forms a T-square with Pluto and Uranus. So that continues for a few days too after the new moon. So you're going to be really energized and taken to new levels of passion and excitement at that time. Now Uranus brings out of the blue changes and freedom and independence, and Pluto empowers and transforms you from very, very deep within. And so with Mars and Mercury adding fire to your words, right, you'll want to watch how you speak and write to others at this time, and just watch not being impatient. So give everyone some extra space and goodwill around this time. So now we've reached the final week in July, and it gets even more interesting now, because on July 25th, Venus goes retrograde at 1 degree in Virgo and moves backwards into Leo until September 5th. Now, any retrograde urges us to go inside for reflection and healing. And so you look at the planet's meaning to really understand where you're getting clarity, right? So in the case of Venus, when Venus goes retrograde, you can heal and revisit a past relationship. You may get back into a relationship with someone from your past during this time. Venus brings a lot of harmony and beauty into our lives, so it points out whom we're attracted to, whom we feel affectionate towards, what we really value in our life, where we're receiving love and pleasure and joy, right? So retrogrades really allow us to make adjustments. So this is a great time to increase all of these lovely, beautiful, romantic qualities, as well as abundance in your life. And Venus also symbolizes your creative imagination. So getting in touch with what inspires you creatively and can attract a lot of abundance and value and love is really important this last week of July all the way through early September. Okay, so then the following day, on July 26th, Uranus stations and goes retrograde. So this moment is really important when a planet stations, because it always enhances the effect on us. And in Uranus's case, we'll experience a shift in perspective, an awakening of some kind, an urge to explore, and lots of breakthroughs. So now we have most of the slow-moving outer planets retrograding. Uranus, Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, and you throw in Venus into the mix. And so this is a time of deep reflection and meditation. So a week later, on August 2nd, Saturn stations direct. It moves forward again. And so that'll be a great relief. So the second half of July pretty much has every kind of storyline going. Plus, we enter Leo the final week as well. There's a full moon on July 31st too, and I'll cover that, plus the big news of Jupiter moving into Virgo in the first half of August. So I'll cover that in the next video. So you're going to really love hearing about that Jupiter in Virgo. It's going to be really fabulous. So feel free to share your comments with me below. I always love hearing from you. Have a wonderful, wonderful new moon and second half of July.